Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. Website here at the top is kathymcleland.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish, and the website at the bottom there, last line, the beginning of the last line, hayhouse.com, or near the beginning of it anyway. Alright, what do we have for Aries? Aries. A little bit of clarification on those before we... Something's coming back from the past. Okay, I keep not wanting that to be the thing, but I keep thinking that's the thing, so instead of fighting it, I'm just going to go with it. It's interesting that I keep fighting it, so like, why am I fighting it? Something doesn't want to let go. Can we get a little bit more definition about what that is? Because it seems like there was a lot going on. Hit the Magician, the Ace of Wands. So something from the past. I tried to do a lot at once. I tried to juggle a lot at once. I feel like I tried to juggle a lot at once. I had to put some things on the back burner. Maybe I didn't want to do that, but it really was, I had to. For whatever reason, I had to. And there's a lot of things I liked doing. The things I chose, I kept because I wanted them. But I wanted it all, quite frankly. I just couldn't keep it all at the time. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's a temporary moment where things are swinging back in your favor, because I feel like I'm able to pick up some things from the past, and I'm able to juggle a bunch. I feel like I'm at a point where I can juggle a bunch of things at once again. This is a passing moment. This isn't going to last. I feel like this is a moment saying, all right, there was a time here where you were juggling a lot of things. You had to give up some things, or you have to put them on the back burner. Even though you have this opportunity to pick things back up, it's not really a time to get it all going again because it's a passing moment. But it could be a moment to where you can reevaluate everything that you had to keep versus things you had to put in the back burner, and you might be able to switch things. You might be able to switch some things out. You're going to have the luxury, I don't know why we're referring to it that way, to kind of step back, relax for a minute, and just decide, of all these things I was juggling before, if I could do this again, what would I keep and what would I put in the back burner instead on this at this time? What would I switch? If I could switch whatever I wanted to, what would I switch? Because this is more of a switch out time. This is not a time to pick it all back up. It's one of those things where things have gone in your favor, but it's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune is still spinning, is what they're telling you. It's a pause. You can pick things back up, but it's going to last maybe 2 months if you're lucky. This is a time where they're like, take a deeper look. And if there's things here that you really want to pick back up, you have to switch it out with something else. So if you were juggling 7 things and you had to put 5 down, you were able to keep 2 going. You might be able to switch out those 2. Kind of like, all right, of the 5 I had to put down, are any of these 5 that I put down, any of them that I would prefer to have kept or put back in play? If you're lucky, say, you put down 5, you kept 2. If you're lucky and fortunate, it's going to take a little bit of planning. Instead of having just 2, you might be able to have 3 that you're juggling. But you're not going to get all 7. It's not going to last. They're just giving you that heads up. So if you're really fortunate and you really kind of realize that things are going to go back to where they were really busy, you might be able to, like, all right, so I put down 5, I kept 2 because that's as best I could do at the time because things happen so fast. You might be able to do 3. Just make sure, just look at all 7. What are the 3 that you want? Whether that includes the 2 that you kept or not. That's what this moment is for, is what they're saying. That's how this is going. There's a lot. I keep getting this idea of... Alright, I'm going to go here with this because I feel like there's going to be some comments with this. People manifest what they manifest, and that's true. But sometimes there's more to life than what you want to manifest. There's things that need to be done. And I know some people don't like that, but the truth is, the way I'm connecting to it, you connect to other people's lives, and you're connecting to other things. You may feel like you can manifest all 7 things at once, but reality might play out differently. There's natural things that are going to happen here. Recently it came to my attention that the universe has its cycles, it has its ebb and flow, it has its patterns, and you're a part of these patterns. All 7 things that you want may come in sooner or later at different times, but they're not going to all come in at once. So I'm not saying you can't manifest what you want, but you may not get all 7 things at one time. It may just in case, because I feel like there's somebody trying to manifest 7 things, and they're like, I want them all right now, I need them all right now. And the universe is saying, well, you'll get all 7, just not all at once and not all right now. Take it with a grain of salt. Because what's coming forward is, there's good things coming forward, which is strange because I feel like I have to balance things out and I can't have it the way I want it. It's ironic because they're saying it's actually a good time here. Things are good for you. They're just not where you want them. Life's getting busy again. There's a lot happening. A lot of good things happening, ironically. But it's just not the way you want it. That Justice card coming in with the 3 of Swords is saying, even though it's good, I have to move things around. I have to balance this out in a way that I didn't really want to. It is balancing out. It is good. It's just not the way I wanted it. And that's the way this next part is coming. So take it with a grain of salt. There's a lot of things being offered to you, too. You have more things coming in that could be offered to you. They also want to give you that information as well. So you might want to leave a little bit of extra space. That way, if something really good comes your way that you actually want, you have the space to add it in if you decide you want to keep it or if you want to try it out. Because something new will also be offered in this time frame. So if you're adding, so like if you went down, like you had 7 things, you went down to 2. If you put yourself back at your limit for when it's busy, so if 3 or possibly even 4, if you're really, really going to push yourself, which I don't know if I'd really... But they're saying if you take up that extra space when this new opportunity comes in that you're going to want, you're not going to have anywhere to put it, so you're not going to be able to take it. The whole point of this reading is for you to be ready to decide what you want, to have the ability to choose what you really want. There is also kind of this energy going in, kind of like, you know, you can redecide which 2 you're going to keep that 3rd space open. If this option comes forward and you're like, oh, that's nice, but I really would prefer something else I was already working on, cool, then pull that back in. But just keep in mind that you have another offer coming in. It's having the ability to choose, I feel like, would mean a lot. There's kind of an ebb and flow going on here. It's very ironic also that you are going to get along with people very well. There's a lot of boundaries and restrictions here, even though you are getting along with people very well. Aries doesn't really like boundaries and restrictions, at least in my opinion, from what I've seen of Aries. Not that you can't work with them. And maybe that's unfair to say, because it's kind of like boundaries and restrictions that you believe are correct, that's one thing. So if you believe riding a motorcycle with a helmet is something that should happen, that should be a necessity, if you believe in that, then you're cool with that. Um, but for example, if you believe that, or if somebody has the rule like down this street you can only go 20 miles an hour because it's too bumpy, and you're like, well, that's for people who can't handle the road. I don't believe that that's a good rule. Then you're not going to like that rule. I feel like that's easy. Aries seems to have more of an opinion about that than most signs. Some signs are just like, well, that's the rule, that's the rule. It must be a reason for it, and they just go with it. Aries is like, yeah, but is it a good rule? Is it a necessary rule? But maybe that's why you're getting along with this energy, because there's a lot of restrictions, there's a lot of boundaries, but you seem to be okay with it. They seem to understand that you're going to challenge this. They also seem to understand that they have to give you reasons for these boundaries going forward, or there's going to be issues. It's interesting because there's a lot going on here. These boundaries seem to be also what's restricting you from having all 7 things. So that also seems to be a thing. But you are getting along with it. So it also seems to be what's restricting you from having everything you want. This is your outcome. You have prosperity. You don't have everything you want. You got a lot more coming in. Life's going to get very busy again in the next couple months. Very, very, very busy. You're not going to have everything you want, but you're going to have a lot of good things. I feel like the energy here is kind of like advising to center on the part that you like and to realize things come, they ebb and flow. It may not happen the way you want it to, but it's going to be good. Center on the good stuff. Center on the good as much as you can. This isn't always how life is going to be, but this is how this current phase is going to go. Hopefully if this energy hits right, or if this reading hits right, I should say, it's just preparing you for what to expect and to kind of give you like a leg up and like how to prepare for it. I feel like a lot of you can see it coming anyway and are just hoping it's not going to play out this way. So if this reading is, I feel like for a lot of you it's going to hit that way. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like that's what's going to happen. I was just hoping it wouldn't. They're saying, no, it's going to happen that way. And they're just kind of helping you hopefully optimize it to where you can enjoy it to the fullest. Are we good? Good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.